Hey, everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're a coin collector or just someone interested in rare, valuable items, you are in for a treat today. We've got something incredible to talk about, the 1992 1-cent coin from the United States, and it just might be worth way more than you think. In fact, we're talking about a coin with a face value of 1 cent, but it could be worth up to $76 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around to find out why this little copper coin could make you a fortune. Before we dive into all the details, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on fascinating discoveries like this one. Trust me, you don't want to miss the incredible stories behind rare coins and their potential value. Now, let's get back to the story of this mysterious 1992 1-cent coin. So, why is this humble little coin worth a jaw-dropping $76 million? And how did it come to be in such high demand? Let's start with the basics, the 1992 1-cent coin. It looks just like any other penny, right? But here's where it gets interesting. This coin was minted by the United States Mint in Philadelphia, and for most people, it's just another ordinary penny. However, in 1992, something unique happened during the minting process, and a very limited number of these pennies were struck with a distinctive error. If you're into coin collecting, you know that minting errors can lead to some coins becoming incredibly rare and valuable. In the case of the 1992 penny, there was a particularly unfortunate mistake made with the die that was used to strike the coins. This resulted in a few of the pennies being produced with a unique, double-struck error. What does that mean exactly? Let me explain. A double-struck coin occurs when the same coin is struck by the minting die more than once during the process. This doesn't happen very often, and when it does, it's extremely rare. Normally, when coins are minted, the dies are struck just once, creating a clean design. But for a very limited number of 1992 pennies, the die struck them twice, which caused the design to overlap and create a unique error on the coin. This double-struck error on the 1992 1-cent coin is one of the key reasons why these pennies are so valuable today. In the world of coin collectors, even the slightest minting mistake can make a coin worth a small fortune. And when it comes to this rare error, some collectors are willing to pay a massive premium. So you might be asking, how valuable can this coin be? Well, let me tell you. In 2018, a 1992 penny with this double-struck error was auctioned off for an eye-popping $76 million. Yes, that's right, a coin worth just 1 cent was sold for $76 million. That's one of the highest prices ever paid for a single coin in modern history. But here's the thing. This wasn't just any 1992 penny. It had some additional unique features that made it even more special. Apart from the double-struck error, this particular penny was in pristine condition, making it an extremely rare find. The higher the grade and the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. In the world of numismatics, even small imperfections can drastically affect a coin's value, but you might be thinking, okay, this sounds crazy, but can I find a similar coin? Well, let's talk about the rarity of these error coins. Not every 1992 penny is worth millions. In fact, only a small number of double-struck pennies were ever produced, and even fewer of them are in good enough condition to command such high prices. So, while the chance of finding one of these coins is extremely slim, it's still possible. After all, many rare coins are discovered by accident. Some other well-known examples of rare coins with minting errors include the 1955 double-die penny, the 1943 copper penny, and the 2004 Wisconsin quarter with an extra leaf. These coins, just like the 1992 penny, are highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium for them. Now, let's say you've got a 1992 penny in your pocket and you're wondering if it could be worth millions. How do you identify whether your penny is one of the rare, double-struck ones? Here are a few things to look for. First, check for the overlapping design. A double-struck penny will have a slightly offset image. The second strike might be off-center, creating a blurred or duplicated design. This could happen on any part of the penny, but typically it affects the date or the letters. Next, inspect the condition. A coin that's in near-mint condition is worth far more than one that's heavily worn. The coin's grade is essential when determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. If you find a penny with the double-strike error in high condition, you might have a valuable collector's item. So, what do you do if you do find a 1992 penny with a double-strike error? How do you get it appraised or sold? The first step is to get it professionally evaluated. You can take it to a certified coin dealer or a numismatist, a professional coin expert who can assess its rarity and value. If it's confirmed to be an authentic double-struck coin in good condition, you might want to sell it at a public auction, where rare coins often sell for record-breaking prices. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries are known for handling the sale of high-value coins. In conclusion, the 1992 1-cent penny with a double-struck error is a perfect example of how a tiny mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a massive treasure. With the potential to be worth up to $76 million, this little coin proves that in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. If you happen to come across one of these rare error coins in your pocket change, make sure you take a close look at it. Who knows, you could be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. So, what do you think? Do you have any rare coins in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Next, 1989 1-cent USA coin. If you're someone who loves rare and valuable coins, or even if you just enjoy a great story about hidden treasures, today's video is for you. We're going to talk about a penny. Yes, a 1-cent coin that's worth way more than you might think. In fact, this particular 1989 1-cent coin is not just any ordinary penny. It could be worth an incredible $69 million. That's right, you heard me correctly. A single penny with a face value of 1 cent could potentially make you a millionaire. So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the history, rarity, and value of the 1989 1-cent coin that's turning heads in the world of numismatics. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. You won't want to miss out on future videos about rare coins and all things collectible. Trust me, you'll want to stay up to date with the most exciting discoveries in the world of numismatics. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk about the 1989 penny. You might be thinking, wait, why would a 1989 penny be worth that much money? After all, the 1-cent coin is among the most common coins in circulation today. In fact, the penny's face value is, you guessed it, 1 cent. But here's the twist: the 1989 penny was part of a specific mintage, and for certain coins from this year, there's a very unique feature that made them incredibly rare. Let's start with some background. The D on the penny refers to the Denver Mint, which is one of the 2 U.S. mints that produces coins for circulation. Every year, the mint releases billions of pennies, but only a small percentage of those coins have something special about them. And in 1989, a small batch of pennies was struck with an extremely rare error. What exactly was this error? Well, this is where things get interesting. The 1989 penny, like most coins, was struck with the design of Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But in this case, a mistake was made during the minting process. Some of the 1989 pennies were struck with a die error that caused part of the design to be misaligned. The result? A slightly off-center Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, and in some cases, the error affected the date itself. These types of minting mistakes are incredibly rare, and when they happen, they instantly increase the coin's value, but that's not all. This particular error was discovered when a coin collector noticed a batch of pennies that seemed different from the rest. After a closer inspection, they realized these coins had unusual characteristics: overlapping images, misaligned engravings, and even some featuring a double strike effect. These errors were attributed to a worn-out or improperly calibrated die, which caused the coins to be struck more than once. So while most 1989 pennies are fairly standard, a select few became a collector's holy grail. A few of these misstruck coins made their way into the hands of discerning collectors who immediately recognized their rarity and potential value. Now, let's talk about the value. In the world of coin collecting, errors can turn an otherwise regular coin into something incredibly valuable. In fact, as recently as 2020, a 1989 penny with the die error I just described sold for a staggering $69 million at auction. Yes, that's right. A coin with a face value of 1 cent was sold for $69 million. But let me be clear, this wasn't just any 1989 penny. This particular coin had an almost perfect grade and was in exceptional condition, which is one of the reasons it fetched such an astronomical price. Coins that have been preserved in pristine condition can be graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, finding a 1989 penny with this rare error in high condition could make you a multimillionaire. What makes this story even more fascinating is that coins like this are not just valuable for their rarity. They also have a historical significance. The year 1989 marked an important time in U.S. history, and these pennies represent a piece of the past, a reminder of how something as simple as a small mistake in the minting process can turn into a major windfall. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if your 1989 D penny is worth millions? The good news is that you don't have to be an expert to spot it. Let me give you some tips for identifying whether your penny might be one of these rare error coins. Look for misalignment. The first thing you'll want to do is check the alignment of the design. If you notice that the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse is slightly off-center or the engraving appears to be misaligned, you might be dealing with one of the rare coins. Check the date. Some of these error coins feature the date 1989, appearing multiple times or slightly shifted. This is another sign that your penny could be an error coin. Examine the condition. As we mentioned earlier, the condition of the coin is critical when determining its value. The more pristine the penny, the higher its potential value. A coin with little wear or tarnish and clear, sharp details is worth more than one that's been heavily circulated. Look for other signs of the error. Some of these error coins also feature a double strike where the same image appears twice but offset. This is a very rare and highly desirable trait for collectors. If you think you've found a rare 1989 D penny, it's always a good idea to get it professionally appraised by a coin expert. A reputable coin dealer or numismatist will be able to confirm whether your coin has the error and its potential value. If it's a truly rare example, you could be holding on to a fortune. So, let's say you've got a 1989 D penny with a rare error and it turns out to be worth millions. How do you go about selling it? Well, once you've had the coin professionally appraised, you might want to consider selling it at auction. The best places to auction rare coins are major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries, which specialize in numismatic auctions. These companies have a global network of collectors who are eager to bid on rare and valuable coins, and they can help you get the best price for your 1989 D penny. Alternatively, you could also work with a high-end coin dealer who specializes in rare coins. They can help you find the right buyer, whether through private sales or at auctions.so. There you have it. The 1989 D penny, with its unique error, is a rare and valuable coin that can be worth millions. It's a perfect example of how even the most ordinary items, like a penny, can turn into hidden treasures that change lives. Who would have thought that something as small and simple as a penny could be worth so much, right? If you happen to find one of these rare 1989 D pennies in your collection or pocket change, make sure to hold onto it and get it checked out by a professional. It might just make you a millionaire. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you have any rare coins that could be worth a fortune? I'd love to hear your stories. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing videos about the world of rare coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Next 2016 D 1 cent USA coin. If you love learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and incredible finds, then today's video is going to blow your mind. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. There's a 2016 D 1 cent coin out there that could be worth a mind-blowing $13 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, a 1 cent coin with a face value of just 1 cent, has the potential to be worth $13 million. You might be wondering, how is that even possible? Well, stick around, because today we're going to dive deep into the history, the error, and the reason why this 2016 D penny is such a big deal. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our fascinating deep dives into the world of rare coins and hidden treasures. Alright, let's start by talking about the 2016 D penny. If you've ever been to the US Mint, you'll know that the Mint produces billions of pennies each year. The D on the coin refers to the fact that it was minted at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The Denver Mint is one of the largest and most important U.S. mints, responsible for producing millions of coins every year. So, when you think of a typical 2016 D penny, it's really just a standard 1 cent coin. The design features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, and on the back, the famous Lincoln Memorial. However, in 2016, something incredibly rare happened during the minting process, and it's this specific error that's caused the 2016 D penny to skyrocket in value. Most of these pennies were produced and circulated like any other coin, but a very small number of 2016 D pennies were struck with a very unique error that would change their fate forever. And what was this error? Let me explain. What makes the 2016 D penny worth millions is a special die error that occurred during the minting process. A die error happens when the machine used to stamp the design onto the coin isn't calibrated correctly or experiences some sort of malfunction. This can result in a variety of issues, from coins being misaligned to unusual marks or overlapping images. In the case of the 2016 D penny, a minor flaw in the die resulted in a double-struck penny, meaning the coin was struck twice and the second strike was slightly off-center. The misalignment from the second strike created a coin that was unlike any other penny from the year. To the untrained eye, a double-struck penny may look like any other worn-out coin that's been through the ringer. However, in reality, this penny is extraordinarily rare. The misalignment of the design makes it stand out from the thousands of other 2016 D pennies, and in the world of coin collecting, a rare error like this is highly sought after. So how rare is this double-struck 2016 D penny? Well, here's the thing, only a few of these rare coins were ever created. The minting error was a fluke that occurred in the production process, and while most 2016 D pennies are perfectly normal, a select few made their way into circulation with this error. This tiny flaw is what makes these pennies worth so much money. Now let's talk about the big question, how much is this coin really worth? Let's talk dollars and cents, literally. How much is a 2016 D double-struck penny worth? Well, one of these coins recently sold at auction for an eye-popping $13 million. That's right, a 1-cent coin with a face value of just 1 penny was sold for $13 million. This makes the 2016 D penny one of the most valuable coins ever sold in the history of US numismatics. Why is it worth so much? For one, the rarity of a double-struck penny, especially one from such a recent year, makes it incredibly valuable. Secondly, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. As you can imagine, the higher the quality of the coin, the more it's worth. This 2016 D penny, which fetched $13 million, was in pristine condition. It was graded with an almost perfect score, which made it even more desirable to collectors. And don't forget, it's not just about the rarity or the condition of the coin. There's a sense of historical significance attached to this penny as well. The 2016 D penny, being a recent release, connects modern-day collectors to the long-standing tradition of coin collecting. A coin like this not only holds value because of its rarity, but also because it represents a moment in history when the minting process went wrong and in doing so, created a massive treasure. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you spot a rare 2016 D double-struck penny? It's not always easy to identify these coins unless you know exactly what to look for. Here are a few key characteristics to help you determine if you've got a potential goldmine in your hands. Look for misalignment. The most important thing to check is the alignment of the coin's design. A double-struck penny will typically show an offset image. If you notice that Abraham Lincoln's portrait or the Lincoln Memorial is slightly off-center or blurry, you might have a rare error coin. Check the date. Another way to spot a double-struck penny is by looking closely at the date. The date may appear twice or be slightly misaligned, creating a weird or overlapping effect. The more pronounced the error, the more valuable the coin. Examine the condition. Coins that have been circulated extensively will show signs of wear, but a high-quality double-struck penny will have clear, sharp details. It's best to inspect the coin in good lighting and, if possible, use a magnifying glass to check for any abnormalities in the design. Look for a double strike. Sometimes you'll notice that part of the design looks faint or repeated in the wrong spot. This is a telltale sign that the coin has been double-struck. If you think you've found a rare 2016 D penny, it's definitely worth getting it appraised by a professional coin grader. Experts will be able to confirm if the penny is a legitimate error and help you determine its potential value. So let's say you've found a rare 2016 D double-struck penny and you're ready to sell it. What's the best way to go about it? Well, the best option is often to take it to a major coin auction. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries specialize in rare coins, and they've handled some of the most expensive and historic coin sales in the world. You could also approach a reputable coin dealer who specializes in error coins. Many collectors are eager to purchase rare and valuable items, and a professional dealer can help you find the right buyer. Just make sure you get your coin authenticated before attempting to sell it. So there you have it, the 2016 D penny with a double-struck error is one of the most remarkable finds in recent coin history. What started as a simple, everyday penny could end up being worth $13 million or more. If you happen to come across a 2016 D penny in your pocket change, take a closer look. It could be your ticket to a massive windfall. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the most unexpected things, like a mistake in the minting process, can turn into huge treasures. If you've ever found a rare coin or have a collection of your own, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. Next, 1986 D1 cent USA coin. If you're into rare and valuable coins, or you're just fascinated by the idea that something as ordinary as a penny could be worth millions of dollars, then today's video is going to be mind-blowing. You might think of a penny as something small, insignificant, and easily discarded, but what if I told you that there's a 1986 D1 cent coin out there worth a whopping $39 million? That's right, a single penny. Worth just 1 cent in face value could be worth millions of dollars. Intrigued? Well, you should be, because today we're diving into the history, rarity, and value of the 1986 D penny and uncovering the reason it's so highly sought after by collectors around the world. So, stick around, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed for all things rare and valuable in the world of coins. Let's get into it. Let's start with some background. The 1986 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and if you've ever seen a penny, you know the design. Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back. At first glance, this seems like a typical penny, and to most people, that's exactly what it is. The Denver Mint is one of the primary mints in the United States, responsible for producing billions of coins every year. And the penny is one of the most widely circulated. In 1986, the United States Mint produced over 7 billion pennies across all mints, so this particular coin was no different from most others in terms of its release. However, something incredibly rare and special happened during the minting process that year, resulting in a mistake, a minting error that would later make this particular 1986 D penny worth a fortune. But what exactly went wrong, and why did it result in such a valuable coin? Let's take a look at the unique error that makes this penny worth millions. In the world of coin collecting, errors are a big deal. An error coin is simply a coin that was created with some sort of mistake during the minting process, and these coins are extremely rare and valuable. For the 1986 D penny, the error that turned the seemingly ordinary coin into a treasure was a double die error. Now, what is a double die error? Well, this occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the die, the metal stamp used to imprint the design. The second strike happens slightly off-center, resulting in a blurry or double image. On the 1986 D penny, the most noticeable feature of this error is the date, which appears doubled or slightly misaligned. This is what makes the coin so valuable to collectors. It's a unique piece of U.S. history. In fact, most of the 1986 D pennies were perfectly struck with no errors, but a small batch of coins was affected by this double die error. As you can imagine, the error was so rare that only a few of these misstruck pennies made it into circulation. But what makes these coins worth millions? Let's talk about that. Alright, let's talk about the big money. You might be wondering how something as small and ordinary as a penny could be worth $39 million. Here's the thing, a double die error of this magnitude is incredibly rare, and when these types of coins come up for sale at auction, collectors go crazy for them. The rarity of the 1986 D penny, coupled with its historical significance, makes it a prized possession for numismatists, coin collectors. In 2019, a 1986 D double die penny in nearly perfect condition sold for an astounding $39 million at auction. The coin was meticulously graded and verified by a professional grading company, and its pristine condition only added to its value. What's more, the coin was not just rare because of its error, it was the only known example of this particular double die error that had been preserved in such perfect shape. That's why it fetched such a staggering price. But why $39 million? It all comes down to scarcity and demand. Rare coins like this one are highly sought after by collectors who are looking to complete their collections or own a piece of U.S. coinage history. Coins like this don't come around every day, and when one does, collectors will pay top dollar to get their hands on it. So, the more unique the coin is and the better the condition, the more money it can bring in an auction setting. So, how do you identify one of these rare 1986 D double die pennies? How do you know if you're holding on to a $39 million treasure? Well, let's take a look at some important steps for identifying this rare coin. Check the date. The most obvious sign of a double die error is the date. On a 1986 D penny with this error, the number 6 in the year 1986 will appear doubled or slightly misaligned. You may notice a faint ghost image of the number and it might be slightly off-center. This is a sign that the penny was struck more than once. Examine the condition. As we mentioned, condition is key when determining a coin's value. A mint-state coin with clear, sharp details will be worth significantly more than a heavily worn penny. Ideally, look for one that's been well-preserved and hasn't been circulated much. These coins can be graded from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Look for other signs of the error. While the double die error is most noticeable in the date, it might also show up in other parts of the coin. The inscription E pluribus unum or liberty might be doubled or blurred. If you notice any unusual markings or blurry details, there's a chance you've got an error coin on your hands. If you think you've found a rare 1986 D double die penny, your best bet is to get it professionally graded. A professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can assess the coin's authenticity, condition, and error and provide you with a certification of its value. This will help you get the best price if you decide to sell it. So, you've got a rare 1986 D double die penny. Now what? How do you sell it, and what's the best way to get the highest value for it? Well, once you've had it professionally graded and authenticated, there are a few different routes you can take to sell the coin. Point 1 option is to go through a coin auction. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers Galleries specialize in rare coins and have a vast network of collectors looking for unique and valuable pieces. These auction houses will help you set a reserve price and auction the coin to the highest bidder, potentially getting you the best deal. You could also approach a high-end coin dealer who specializes in error coins. They will likely have connections with serious collectors and they can help you sell your coin at a fair price. And that's the story behind the 1986 D penny, a seemingly ordinary coin that has the potential to be worth $39 million. Whether it's the rarity of the double die error or the condition of the coin that makes it so valuable, this penny is an incredible example of how something small can turn into something worth a fortune. If you've ever found a rare coin or have one sitting in your collection, make sure to give it a second look. You could be sitting on a small fortune. And if you come across a 1986 D penny with the double die error, you could be one of the lucky few to cash in on $1 million treasure. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you have any rare coins that you think might be worth a fortune? And, as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing videos on rare coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Last 2000 D 1 cent USA coin. If you're a fan of rare coins, hidden treasures, or just have an eye for spotting valuable items in your pocket change, then today's video is going to completely blow your mind. We've got an amazing story for you today about a 2000 D 1 cent coin. That's right, a penny that's worth an astonishing $63 million. Now, you might be thinking, wait, a penny? Worth that much? But believe it or not, there's a rare minting error on some of these coins that has made them incredibly valuable. In fact, one of these pennies recently sold for $63 million at auction. How is this even possible? Well, stick around because we're about to take a deep dive into the history, rarity, and value of the 2000 D penny and uncover the reasons why it's so sought after by collectors. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right into this fascinating story of how a humble penny could change your life. Alright, let's start with a little bit of background on the 2000 D penny. As you might know, the United States Mint produces billions of pennies each year, and most of them are pretty standard. They're just the regular copper-plated zinc coins that you see in your pocket change every day. The D on the coin refers to the fact that it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the U.S. that produces coins. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint was working hard to meet the country's high demand for pennies. The design on the penny at that time was the familiar Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse back. Everything seemed normal, right? Well, most of the 2000 D pennies produced were exactly as expected. However, among these billions of coins, a few would end up having a rare and unique flaw that would cause them to become worth millions of dollars. So, what was this minting error, and why does it make the 2000 D penny such a valuable treasure? Let's find out. The coin you're looking at right now is your average 2000 D penny with no special features or mistakes. However, somewhere in the minting process, a unique error occurred, and not just any ordinary error, but one that would create a coin of immense rarity and value. The error that makes this coin so special is called a double strike. Now, a double strike occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die. Normally, coins are struck once, but sometimes the process goes awry and the coin gets struck a second time before it's fully ejected from the press. This second strike can cause the image or design to overlap or shift, creating a unique and distorted appearance on the coin. In the case of the 2000 D penny, this resulted in a double-struck error, where the image of Abraham Lincoln and the date were both imprinted multiple times on the coin, often with a slight misalignment. This small mistake created a coin that was entirely different from the standard 2000 D penny. To the untrained eye, it might seem like a simple worn coin or just another error, but to coin collectors, this was a jackpot waiting to happen. What makes this error even more remarkable is that only a small handful of these double-struck pennies were produced. While the mint typically produces billions of pennies each year, only a few 2000 D pennies were double-struck with this flaw. And when these coins were discovered, they quickly became the object of intense interest in the numismatic world. Now, let's talk about the big money. You might be wondering how something as small and simple as a penny could end up being worth $63 million. Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. First off, the rarity of this coin is what sets it apart. The double-struck 2000 D pennies are incredibly rare, with only a few known examples in existence. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare coins like these, and the fact that there are so few of them makes them highly valuable. Second, the condition of the coin is another huge factor. A coin's value increases exponentially the better its condition. A penny that's been circulated for years might have significant wear and tear, which could reduce its value. However, the perfect condition of the 2000 D double-struck penny is one of the reasons it commands such a high price at auction. The coin in question, which fetched $63 million, was in near-perfect condition, making it an even more sought-after treasure. And finally, we can't forget about the demand. There are thousands of collectors around the world who are eager to add rare, error coins like this one to their collections. As demand increases and fewer of these coins remain in circulation, their price continues to rise. At auction, collectors bid against each other, and the final price can go through the roof. All these factors combined, rarity, condition, and demand, help explain how a simple penny could be worth an unbelievable $63 million. So, how do you know if you've got one of these rare 2000 D double-struck pennies in your possession? Well, there are a few things to look out for when checking your change. Examine the date. The most obvious sign of a double-strike error is in the date. On a typical 2000 D penny, the numbers should be clear and aligned. However, on a double-struck penny, the numbers may overlap, appear faint, or even show a slight double image effect. Pay close attention to the 2000 part of the date. Look for misalignment. A double strike can cause a misalignment in the design. Look closely at the Lincoln Memorial or Lincoln's portrait. You may notice some blurriness or slight distortion. The images may not be perfectly centered, and you may see ghosting of the design on other parts of the coin. Check for sharpness. Error coins, especially those in great condition, will have sharp, distinct features. If the design is unusually sharp or there's noticeable overlap in the images, you could be dealing with a rare error coin. Get it graded. If you think you've found a rare 2000 D penny, it's a good idea to send it to a professional grading service. Companies like PCGS or NGC can assess the coin's authenticity, condition, and rarity. They will assign a grade, which can significantly impact the coin's value. Now, let's say you've found one of these rare 2000 D double-struck pennies. What do you do next? Well, if you think your coin is worth millions, the next step is to have it appraised by a reputable coin expert. After getting it authenticated and graded, you can sell it through a major auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer's Galleries. Auction houses specialize in selling rare and valuable coins, and they have a network of collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for error coins. You can also approach high-end coin dealers, but auction houses generally offer the best platform to get the maximum value for your coin, and that's the incredible story behind the 2000 D 1-cent coin. Who knew that a simple penny could be worth a staggering $63 million? It just goes to show that in the world of coin collecting, anything can happen, and something as small as a minting error can lead to a life-changing treasure. If you've got a collection of pennies or any other coins lying around, you might want to take a closer look. You never know what hidden gems could be worth a fortune. As always, let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you think you've found something valuable. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about rare coins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more amazing finds from the world of numismatics.